Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hello, good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Hello, everyone. How are the people? Come on in. How are the people doing today? Thank you for joining another super psychic event. That has to be a whole new thing I gotta put out. Super psychic. How are you? I just want everyone to know that the best of the best is joining. No one can do what these guys and gals can do, right? They are coming with their own gift. Let's remember that. This is their gift. All I'm doing is making a great presentation. All right? So, hashtag super psychics, everyone. Hashtag super psychics on IG, Twitter, YouTube. Hashtag super psychics. Hi, Brett. How are you? Brett is one of our super psychics. Yes.
Hey, Brett.
Hey. Colonized travel. Crazy. As soon as I woke up, I thought about the housing market. Well, we're going to tell you about the housing market today. Oh, you already know. Hi, Sin W. Hi, Slim. Hey, Misha. How are you? Hashtag super psychics. Yes. Thank you, Misha. So, the question for today is, will the stock market crash now that we are in a war? Will the stock market crash now that we are in a war? You know what? I think I'm gonna go to Old Reliable for myself. This is Old Reliable. This is the one that just saw something that just blows it out the park regardless. So you guys begin shuffling and begin looking at that while I introduce everyone here. I'd like to introduce a newbie to the event. And one of the newbies is Supriya. Welcome, Supriya.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. Yes. I'd like to introduce another newbie to the event, and that is Paula. Welcome, Paula. And of course, you guys have seen Sky from At Beautiful Conundrum. Welcome, Sky.
Hey, guys.
At Beautiful Conundrum.
Hello, guys.
And Aunt Marie, I'm so happy you could be here. Thank you. Thank you, Marie. At Marie Nicole on IG. And last but not least, Cola, whose IG is the Kiki Witch _tease. Welcome, Cola, and thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming to the event.
Yeah.
Decolonize says she's never seen anything like this before. Right. Hello, everyone. Hi, Nina. Yes. Hi. All right. What do you mean you just got back home, Decolonize? Where were you? In jail? In Aruba? Where were you?
Jail. Aruba.
In psychic jail? You never know.
Yeah.
My peoples. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Melissa Richards. How are you? Peru. It's Gabby. Hi. Hi, sweetie. I never knew your YouTube name. She was in Peru. Oh, so you just got back, huh? You
Nice.
usually notify me when you get back, girl. Gabby is doing some amazing. I know I'm gonna say it wrong because that's just me. Some womb care education. I either she's getting it and teaching it, but don't get me wrong. I'm a pronounce it all wrong, Gabby. I gotta have you on the show. Life changing experience. Good for you. Oh, good for you. Hi, Summer Tree. And she's sending over to me one of those pregnancy wraps.
Ooh.
Because
Mhm.
you know how the Latinas do it. They do the pregnancy wrap. We
Yeah.
gotta get this. We gotta get this marketed. Because let me tell you something. Here in the Caribbean, there are West Indians and there are Puerto Ricans. Let me tell you what the Puerto Ricans got. Waistlines. They wrap. They do that wrap thing. Ciao. We got to market that. I know there's stuff out there that's marketable. Like, I get it, but we got to market differently. Because it's more about wound care for me.
Mhm.
Right, Marie? Right,
Yeah.
Sky? Yeah.
Mhm.
Sky's Latina, so she totally understands what I'm trying to say. And Marie's Caribbean, so you guys get it. You get it, right? It's
Mhm.
about wound care. You can cinch your waist all you want, that's fine. But getting that womb, am I right to colonize? Am I saying the right things? Maybe not. I have no idea what I'm talking about. You gotta come on, Gabby. Yep, so protective of the womb. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Because, man, you come to America and you know what they try to do to our bodies over here. They
Yeah.
make us go out of pocket.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
When I was in Jamaica growing up, I had no hormonal issues, and then within 6 months of moving here, me and my dad didn't know what to do. He was like, "I'm raising girls. I don't know." I'm like,
Oh.
It's
it
in the
took,
food. It's in the
yeah,
food. So if
it
you
took us
don't
a while.
know that it's in the food,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what?
Yes.
They put me on um pre-diabetic medication at 18, Synthroid, and I forgot the other one. And I see, not knowing I was spiritual, not knowing who I was at that time, within 6 months of being on it, I heard a voice say, "We're done."
Yep.
And I weaned myself off of it. And I was
Yep.
like, okay, but what's making me sick? And so I stopped doing like all the sugary stuffs that like they serve in the campus cafeteria at college and stuff. I just,
Oh, the worst food is on college campuses,
yeah,
at least years ago. I don't know about now, but
yeah. So I
when
remember
I was
that moment
going, they used
distinctively.
to serve food under a hot lamp.
Hmm. It was just like, it wasn't good. But I remember that moment in my life distinctively when something was like, we're done here. We're done with this. Stop taking it. And I just stopped.
The Kinky Witch, what are you spraying? Florida water?
Oh, no. So I make my own smokeless sage spray. It goes through like a 6 months process. I just literally like strained this through a cheesecloth the other day, like do a double strain and then finish up with some additional essential oils. But it's a protective and cleansing spray. I make it. I actually was gonna tell you guys I needed you to send me your addresses because I've made enough. And I found these little bottles. I wanted to share with you guys.
So you're making it to sell, is what I'm hearing, right?
Yes, in the future, yeah. I'm
And
perfecting it.
they can contact you on your IG.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Contact her on her IG. Decolonize also said, yes, No hormonal issues in Jamaica, and moving here have health problems. Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that
Yep.
info. I guess Madam Pisces is talking to you.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. All right, let's get this party started. Uh, everybody go ahead and mute. But before you mute, who wants to go first? Don't
I'll
get
take one.
silent.
I'll take one.
Who's going first?
I'll go first. Cola.
Go for it. Go
All
for
right.
it.
Okay.
Remember the question. Will the real estate market crash now that we are literally in a war?
Okay. All right. All right, Spirit. What do you got? Okay. So I am using for my oracle, just so everyone knows what it is. I'm using the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And so immediately the 3 cards that came out is deep quiet, meditation, and stillness. Okay. So the second one I get is number 27, heart, home, compassion. Okay. And then the last one is 35. It's lost compass, getting back to integrity. So for me, this says that there's going to be a period of just deep quietness, like loss. But it's in that period that meditation and stillness is going to show people the way forward. So yes, right away I get a yes. It's going to take a hit. I feel like right now people are it's too expensive is what I'm hearing, right? It's not practical. Even though yes, you have people that make 6-7 figures, that's less than 1%, right, of the population. It's so the way currently this is, it's not sustainable. So the deep quiet for me says there's going to be a period of time where no one's going to want to buy anything, right? But they're going to want to be making their money. So we may see like crazy interest rates and or crazy 0% offers. And it's like, but read the fine print, right? In meditation and stillness, go over everything. That's a 2 for me. And 2 is balance. For me, there's an imbalance between in the real estate market. There's an imbalance, right? It's people may think it looks fair, but it's not, and that shadow for me indicates that. Heart, home, compassion. It's gonna come to a point where they're gonna have to realize, we can still survive if we become more compassionate, more empathic, more understanding of the market, right? You can't sell a house for $1 million. It's not realistic, right? You have to come to a middle ground. You have to come to a point where you understand that the people that you're selling houses to and building houses, money is not what it used to be. Money is different. Money is changing. Interest rates, just period, is changing globally, societally. Each country is going to see different, like a big inflation in their interest rates on the dollar itself. So $1 million home now is going to be $1 million plus. Is that realistic? The next one I get is number 35, lost compass, getting back to integrity. And I pulled this, this for me signifies, right now there is no integrity. Right now there is no ethics. Right now there is no moral. It's every man for himself. So we're getting back to this, right? they're going to lose so much money because there's a lack of this currently, right? They don't value people's money. They don't value how hard people have to work for their money. All they see is, oh, you want it? How much you willing to pay for it, right? They are not working out of, if we work from a space of providing affordable homes, we'll sell more. Right now, they're just thinking about, if I sell 2 houses for $1 million, like I could get a commission. Or if I'm building or developing real estate properties, right? A 1-bedroom is gonna be like $2,000. And it's like, but people don't have money like that. There's a whole lot of changes that's gonna come because of money, that people are reassessing. Is it worth it to invest in a home? People want to. They want to. Everybody wants a home. Everybody wants a hearth for themselves. But right now, there's no integrity in the market, and they need to get back to integrity. So there will be a loss for them, you know. And if there'll be a loss. All right, Spirit. What else? All right, just real quick to clarify. All right. So to clarify the deep quiet, I have 7 of coins, right? Here's the thing. 7 of coins, you're always seeing somebody toiling or harvesting. The fact that she's just sitting here with empty baskets and not picking these obviously ripe fruits, right, is saying something. It's saying that we can't touch this. We can't upset the balance we have now. There's a fear in them. The people that have business in real estate, they're fearful, right? They don't want to harvest too soon. They don't want to touch nest eggs. They themselves don't even want to invest in property, is what this is saying to me, because they're afraid, if I take what I have here on my tree that's lush, that's fruitful, and put it somewhere else, there's no guarantee that I will get the return on my investment. So you may even see people pull out of real estate investments, right? Like big backers may see this loss coming and they're pulling out of real estate investments. And I'm, not just home. They're showing me hotels, like, anything that can be land, right? People who rent land to people, and then the people who, build structures on rented land and rent those out to little mom and pop shops. They're going to want to raise prices, but they're going to put people out of business, right? To clarify heart and home, compassion, I have justice, right? There needs to be a fairness in this. You can't keep raising prices because you are fearful of loss, right? You can't keep raising prices on people who are in the same boat as you, because this is affecting money, and because money is affected globally, everything else is affected, right? The travel industry is gonna be affected. This real estate is affected. People's jobs, they're gonna not change your pay, but everything else is going up. Inflation is going to be crazy. So it's like, how can you, it's like a double whammy. Where's the justice in this? And for me, the dark background and the fact that, like, justice isn't closing her eyes. She's blind. Her eyes are sealed. So when that decision comes, when people finally say, no, I'm not playing this game, I can't afford to do that, to my family, this is going to be a great loss. It will not be in favor of the people who will keep raising prices. For lost compass, getting back to integrity, clarifying it for me is the Page of Wands, right? This is movement, this is action, this is getting into how do we get back to it? How do we get back to making people participate, making people want to buy? How are we going to get back to that? Like, no one's going to want to buy. And they're like, how do we get back to it? And it's all about returning to your integrity. Why'd you raise the prices in the first place? Right? Like, why'd you try to rob us in the first place? Like, everything is already to, to poop, but you want to add this to it. All right.
Caller, that's the minute warning.
All right. So final.
You're so deep in there.
I know. Final outcome for me, Gemini. Cross-pollinate. There we go. Gemini. Cross-pollinate. Right? Bees work together. The hive is one cohesive thing. You don't have this worker bee saying, listen, I was out all day yesterday, so it's your turn today. Or, hey, I brought in 90% of the pollen. You're only bringing in 20. So I think that I should eat first or go out first or the queen should. No. Bees work together. For a society, for economy to work, everybody got to do their part. And that means big business, you can't cheat people because people are not going to buy your products. People are not going to buy your goods and services. You start working with us, you lower your interest rate. I bet you people be filling up their fridges. People be buying homes because they're like, this I can do. This is sustainable. So my final outcome is if we're going to avoid great loss, if the real estate business want to avoid great loss, they still have the opportunity to do right. But if they don't, and if they do not return to integrity, it's a dub for them and a great loss.
All right. Thank you, the Kiki Witch. So basically, to sum it up in your own words, what are you saying?
In my own words, that we're gonna get the real estate market's gonna get affected. It's gonna get affected big. You're gonna see people right on the onset of it that are gonna be like, all right, sell big, sell big, sell big, sell big. And people are gonna be like, oh, this is great, 0%, but then the overall financial infrastructure falls. And so they can't sustain 0% no more.
Okay. All right. Oh, ciao. Who's next?
I'll go.
Go for it, Marie.
Okay. So the first card I got was the Page of Swords. And the real estate market is on a tightrope right now. They're thinking of new ways to get you, new ways to recruit people to, still do real estate, and new ways for you to invest in a home. But they know that it's on a thin line right now, and they just trying their best to come up with stuff to get you locked in right now. The Eight of Pentacles. To me, this feels like they're hard at work trying to gather all the money that they can because they know they're going to be without for a while, especially those who are agents, because they're just looking over everything. And, it's like they're putting in overtime. They're overworking themselves because they know that it's not going to be good. I keep hearing like a few months from now. Then I get the Eight of Pentacles. And with the, Page of Pentacles, sorry. And with the Page of Pentacles, this is feeling like they're gonna try to get the people to invest, but they're not telling them all the details. So they're starting out untruthful with the money. It's like, okay, you can do this now. You can go into this program and you can do this, but it's not on solid ground. Then I get the justice card. Those contracts are going to be, whew, they're going to be crazy as far as interest rates, as far as whoever decides to buy or go into it, they need to look up all the details, because even the contracts right now are faulty. Then I got the Three of Swords. A lot of people over this are going to be crushed because, you know, it's like they got swindled in a time to invest to buy a home. And then, boom.
Oh boy, I think Marie is frozen. Okay, we'll just
It's going
wait
to
a
take a
minute,
hit.
guys.
Oh,
There she goes. We lost you, Marie. Go
oh,
ahead and say it again.
oh, was it this
After the
card still?
yes, after the
Okay.
boom.
So I was saying that it feels like a lot of people are going to get hit with financial loss. I'm hearing foreclosures because they were tied into to be committed into a contract that they couldn't uphold, especially as inflations and stuff go up. They don't have the means to maintain this home that they were locked into under, you know, the false pretenses of the contracts that they were getting. And the oh, the if you in this program or that grant or that, it's not going to help out with what's to come. So it's going to be a lot of heartache in that. And I feel that they're going to still to keep pressuring you to like, oh, get this loan, borrow from this bank, you know, just to get you in, because they know they have a short window, it feels, when this is all going to come down. Like they see it, how it's trending already. Then I got the Four of Pentacles, and it feels like people are going to wise up and be like, you know what? I don't want to buy nothing. I'm saving my money. And she even had the homes in the background. Like, no, I don't want it. And people are getting wiser and smarter. Like, I don't want to invest because it's going to be really hard in these streets in a minute. Then I got the Death card. And when I got the Death card, it just feels stagnant. Like there's just going to be a standstill. I feel like even is it called moratoriums are going to be back in place for a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, are they going back into place? What do you mean?
I think they're up. Like they could, if you don't pay, you could get evicted now. I think
Yes.
yeah, I
They're
think
over, you mean?
yeah,
Yes,
they're
they
over.
are
Yes.
over. Yes.
And I think that may come back into play for a little bit.
Mm.
It even feels like those who have like businesses and leases, they're gonna need help.
Mm.
And they even gonna need the moratorium.
Yeah.
Then I got the Seven of Cups. There's so many options they're trying to decide. Once this thing all comes down, like, how do we do this? They have to regroup and find out, okay, the way we were doing this before, it's not going to work. How can we build, you know, more homes that's going to be beneficial for not only for us, but for the people as well? They have to like re-strategize, because how they were doing it before, it's not going to work now.
Mm.
Because everything I hear, money's going to change, how you invest is going to change. So it's going to be a whole re-strategization going on. Then I got the Nine of Swords. And there's going to be a lot of mental turmoil going on with all of this. It's going to be so stressful because these are people's security. You know, their homes is where, you know, their sanctuary. And it's going to be on shaky ground. But I feel it's going to be a standstill. I'm feeling like a couple months standstill. And then afterwards, it's going to have like a resurrection effect. where they're not going to try and beat you over the head to invest, or the interest rates are not going to be as ridiculously high. Like, you're going to have some honest people like, look, I've been trying to sell this for so and so. I'm not even going to give you through the whole gift of gab. This is what it really is, because that didn't work for them prior. And that's what I got.
Hold on, Marie. Thank you
Mhm.
so much.
You're
Hold on.
welcome.
Let's get you from your solo. Oh, wow, that's a lot to take in.
It's
All
sad
right.
because it's going to affect the people a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
The people are going to be affected.
Mm-hmm.
I like the part, something about the contracts. They're not really understanding the fine print in the contracts.
No,
No.
it's just a gift of gab. I'm like, oh, and they just telling you things that you want to hear, but they're
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
really not going in depth with all this means as far as long term and what you're really locking
right,
into.
Mm-hmm.
right.
So now that you're locked in and all this crashes, it's like, oh my God, I'm stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I could barely afford this before, and now this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whoo,
Mm-hmm.
ciao. Okay, just breathe, everyone. This is going to be for advice. Like, understand what you're getting into, just listen. That's all we're asking you to do is listen. These are highly spiritual people. All right, who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, that's Supriya. Hold on a second. I'm going to solo you out. There you go. Go, Supriya.
Okay, so I am an automatic writer, so I wrote a lot down here. And I actually pulled some manifestation cards and chakra cards from the chakra
Sup-
deck.
Supriya, before you finish up there, what is an automatic writer?
Oh, yeah. So I
I'm
actually
sorry, some
channel.
people may not know. Oh,
Yeah,
you
I actually,
channel.
yeah, I channel through my writing. And I
Got it.
have like a whole page, almost a whole page and a half written down here.
Got
And
it.
of course, I get intuitive messages too. So the entire time, one of the first things I wrote down here that was channeled, it literally said the advice was save, build, and create.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the three words: save, build, and create. Conventional will stop. So the conventional way of doing real estate and really anything will stop. The state, it literally says the state of 2022 will be eye-opening experience for many. If we continue to go this way, it will all fall down. If we continue to keep putting our money into traditional forms of things, everything will start to go under. The bubble will burst soon in areas that haven't already sold quickly. Realtors will not have like that great of a year. I want to echo what Marie said. Contracts. There's like a lot of contracts. I actually got that too, as well. Like contracts. Like I'm not saying that everybody's greedy. I'm not saying that. I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to help. As well, but there are. I immediately got that there were people that want to make up. Not people, but like I got like the bigger picture, the real estate companies, the people who are involved, the mortgage loaners, the mortgage loan companies, like all those guys who are all involved in that stuff. I got that they're trying to make up for what was lost as well. And with inflation being on the rise, people continuing to bank on the economy, it will continue to rise because we need new stuff. We need new things because people are trying to bank on the current economy that we have right now. My cards say, I'm abundant in finances and love. I will accomplish anything I put my mind upon. I have the freedom and power to create my dream life, and the possibilities are endless. My life is limitless. My life is limitless. There's a lot of dreaming energy in this calls, and I also got dream here as well. So what I got from this was like the American dream. The American dream seems to be, I would like to say, like, people, if people want to innovate and want to rent and want to do things to achieve their dreams, they can. However, if you continue to bank on like what the current state is, it's not going, it's really not going to happen in the way that people will want it. And I also got in a channeled message here: burn, tower, diminish, crumble, and figure out a way to create to figure out how to create homes and create places of homes without greed. And I also got like people, like the way that these contracts are going to be made is like exactly what Marie said right here, is that it's going to seem like it's a good deal, and it's not. So I do foresee 2022 being it is going to take a hit this year, and even in the next and I also got like there's going to be a lot of clearing that's going to happen in the next 5 years, 3 to 5 years, a lot of clearing, because we have a tower moment happening, so everything's just going to be cleared and diminished, and like all these systems that we have, like it has to like it's gonna like go, like we can't the way that I'm seeing things, that it's just when inflation continues to rise, when everything's going to continue to rise, like people are going to start to find ways of doing things. We got pursue, safe, express, and trust. So people are going to pursue. They're not really feeling safe right now. I also envisioned this as being saving money as well, and trusting in themselves to really do the right thing. And that also goes for realtors too, trusting in themselves as well. So I express with ease, expressing the concerns and the losses as well. And the Great Reset, which I agree. Everything is going to start to reset soon in like the next 3 to 5 years. And this real estate is going to be like one of many things that I feel that it's either going to be, people are either going to like start to like say like, hey, we actually need to create something that's different, or it's going to be like, what are we going to do next? So like, I would say the advice I have is to start saving, create new options for yourself. If you are in a place where you are in an area where it's like things are constantly selling, just know that the bubble will burst soon in that area, if it hasn't already, and it's going to. It will take a hit. I am seeing that it's going to take a hit, and if we continue to do things the way that we're doing things, there's a very little chance of it coming back. And I think it will come back, and I think it will go back and first. But if you're thinking that you're going to get the house to sell it back to where it was, it's probably not going to happen this year.
So it's so interesting, because as you all are talking, somebody put the Great Reset. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Oh, I know what that means. It's like the tower moment. It's the tower moment that we had in 2020. That's how I've envisioned it.
It's the what moment?
The tower moment. Sorry, the tower moment. In 2020 that we had. And when I saw that, like when everything started to happen in 2020, I am also seeing like other things starting to diminish and break down into things that I don't think that the great, not the Great Reset, but where I don't think that we should be doing things like the way they are, because I don't see inflation going back down anytime soon.
All right. That kind of scares me a little bit, but I guess there's a way to prep for this realistically to go that far back. But the one thing we can always rest and reassure, right, is that history will repeat itself if we do not learn lessons.
Yes.
So if we're going back to some kind of bust back in the 20s, shame on us. And I hope with everything that's been going on that some of us are trying to figure out how not to be victim to all of that. But it's going to remain to be seen. So, all right.
We also got that. I'm
child.
capable. So capable.
Are you guys?
We are capable.
We are capable not to fall for the trappings, but it's going to fall anyway. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Yeah.
We yep.
Okay. Okay. Gotta breathe. Go. Okay. Everybody else mute, please. Oh, child. Go,
Hey,
Sky.
Okay, so first off, let me let you know. It's so funny when Coda said B, someone told me to pull out my sacred B deck. And the first 3 cards I got, guys, is gonna be very interesting. The first thing is the 5 of Swords. At the bottom says defeat, and if you look around, the swords up and stabbing into the B. The next cards I can explain all together. The next card is the Queen of Disc, which would be the, what would that be for us? That would be the coins, right? And again, look at the bee, the flowers, and that's the queen bee leaving her nest. Normally it's the worker bees. The next card I have is the Justice card. When I put all 3 of these cards together, you definitely see it's gonna come down to the end. It's gonna, the real estate market is definitely changing. And if you look at the strangest thing that I thought was, and this spoke to integrity for me, was the Justice card, sorry, which shows the B is heavier than the heart. That comes across to me that there's a lot of integrity things that the workers are doing. If that makes sense, as we say contracts and so forth, that they are making a lot of decisions and change up a lot of things. And if you look at this also, it is a sword that is holding the balance. And this is the geometry flower. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on with contracts, as well as the workers making some decisions and playing with people's money. The funny thing with this, when I look at it, I see this as the people and the bee trying to convince them to go forward. A lot of people are smarter than we think. So while they're trying to unload houses on people, people are going, it's not worth that type of money. Well, they're trying to sell a house that be easily $100,000 maybe, and they're selling it for $400,000, $500,000. People are smart enough now to understand that they're in inflation. It is not the little people that are doing the shenanigans. It's the upper echelon who think that we are still gullible. So they're still doing the same things that they've been doing, dating and switching, offering things. And even the people who are tempted are really thinking it through like, this doesn't seem right. The next set of cards I pulled out, and again, I was just shuffling different decks, and whatever fell out, I just took it. The next set I got was 2 of Swords. They have to make a lot of decisions, the real estate market, the banks, to rethink a lot of things. In reverse, I have the 8 of Pentacles right behind it, and the 5 of Pentacles. To me, this is the market, and the who was rich will be poor and who was poor is going to start making different changes. If you look at the pictures, if I take my time. So this would be Two of Swords, the decision to be made, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You see all the bees, and it's so funny that Cola said that. They see us like worker bees. So we're meant to just be blind and just do what we need to do and go back into the hive and not question a lot of things. And what's happening is a lot of people are questioning a lot of things. They're no longer giving up their money like they used to. Even the people who have the extra cash to spend, let's say upper middle class, they're even saying, I don't know, inflation is coming. And the rich people are still moving as though they're rich. And their way of thinking is to take it out on the smaller people. So all those contracts, all those businesses, all those houses, affordable housing they're building that they can't even fill right now. If you guys are paying attention, and what I'm getting from the cards is they can't even fill affordable housing. So people aren't even taking those apartments. Like, that's too much. I can't afford this. You want $2,000 for a studio? You must out your. So right now, even when you go down south, they're charging a lot, and people are like, no, I don't want it. So people are making a lot of different changes on how they're living and how they're adjusting to living. The next set I pulled out was like, okay, give me a little bit more information. The funny thing I said, this was the first part, was the market is definitely going down. With the justice, they're going to need to figure it out. The queen bee has left the hive. She's trying to find a new place to set up shop. The second set of cards for me was the industry itself, which is contracts, contractors, homeowners, business owners. Those are the people that charge the rent, the landlords, the real estate people, the contractors that are building properties, the people that are buying properties to build housing, affordable housing. I don't know why California keeps coming into my head about them trying to build stuff, but those aren't even going to be right either. The next set was for the people. So this was very interesting for me. The first that came out was the Four of Coins. Do you see how hard that hand is coming out the earth to grab onto those coins? People are small enough now, they know to hold on to my money. If you pay attention, a lot more people are doing less shopping. And when they do shop, is on the sale. They're not doing, even look at yourselves, everybody is doing things a little bit differently. If you pay attention to Walmart, Target, their prices are even drop. But they give you like a little bit more for your bang because they know they have to pull you in. And that's what they're trying to figure out. That's why the whole mandates are dropping, because they need money too. The next thing is the High Priestess. Everybody right now is intuitively paying attention to their money and making decisions on their gut feeling. And we know your gut is your intuition. They are saying, as soon as they get that ping, they're going, let me sit back and watch this for a minute before I make a decision. Mm-hmm. The next card I got was Knight of Cups. So this is me, always a cute guy, but that means the attraction for me. The attraction to this oil is a nice looking guy, but it's like, if it doesn't look good for me, it's not working how I want it to be, I'm going to sit and watch that. You're cute, but I don't think I want to buy it.
Right. Right.
You know, the next card is the Hangman. This is all going to pan out for the working class and the lower class, because they're no longer duped when it happened with Obama, Bush, Reagan. They've gone through it enough. There's enough generations that's been through this enough to know, wait a minute, let me hold my money.
Right.
Let me think about what I'm doing before I do this, because they're good for doing this. So what's going to happen is we as the people are going to kind of stick it to the industry in itself. It is more about them losing and us making more of a choice of, let me take my time. Let me think this through. Being more mindful of community. The last thing I got was the Seven of Wands. And to me, again, if you look at this wand, goes to her head intuitively, people are doing things a whole lot differently now, guys. So what I have written down, because I learned from Tracey to write things down as I'm thinking, what I got when I was writing was, if you remember back in the day, maybe in the 70s, I wasn't even a thought yet, but you would think that bread was cheaper. Do you know that the same $30,000, the same jobs that they do now? So that bread might have been what, 80 cents or $1? That same income from then is the same income that's now. everything has jumped up. So how do you pay
Mhm.
someone the same $30,000 from 30 years ago
Right.
and charge triple the amount of money, and they have to survive off that money? So that's going to be an issue as well, guys. So that's the thing when inflation is coming around, it's going to target us, but in a way that the the mass is going to think differently. They're going to move differently. They're going to adjust differently. It's going to be governments, businesses, and them trying to figure out how do we make this work. Everybody's doing things differently now. As far as I don't know if anybody else is doing it, but let's say people cook more now. It's less going out to restaurants. Everybody's very
Yes.
mindful about what they're spending outside the home. They're thinking
Yes.
about it. So these businesses are kind of losing their mind
Yes.
as far as how do we pull them back in. And at this time, the people are going, you got to drop your prices. I'm not getting no more money. So if I'm not getting the money, you can't get the money. And that's what's going on with the people as a whole. So the final outcome, well, I'll wait to the end, we do as a group. But
Okay.
what I wrote down was rich become poorer. It's like a seesaw. And it's so funny when I did this, the justice card with the be heavier than the heart. The B shouldn't be heavier. This is about integrity.
Mm. Okay.
They are not. They don't have any integrity. How's reading for me? They don't have the integrity to do what's right for the people. So they're gonna have to be forced to adjust and adapt. And there's enough money for all. Smaller homeowners that are landlords are adjusting. They're working with their people. Let's say they have a 3-family house. It's like, look, they're just going to pay their mortgage. They're working out something with their people. It is the bigger buildings that make them that have no connection to the building. They just collect the money. They're going to lose a lot. They're going to have to adjust the rent to get people in because nobody's going to go in. Everybody at this point, it is, and looking at my card and my spread, it's going down for them. Everybody now is smarter because they've been through it enough. Who's going to lose will be business, banks, contractors, these big conglomerates of real estate people who are used to tricking people, and the people who are giving out these grants, these fake grants, for you to get a home. People are getting a whole lot smarter. They learned from Obama 2008 when they did the bait and switch. People are a whole lot smarter and asking more detailed questions. So it's definitely going to go. Who's going to get hurt the most? Is the real estate market, and the market is going to drop. It's going to drop in a way that they're going to have to. I have a hearing. You have to do something new to fix something old.
Mm.
That's what I heard. Do something new to fix something old.
I think I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Paula, you're up.
All right. Okay. Well, so I am using the copies of the Orisha Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
So the deck is pretty colorful, so I'm gonna blow through it a little quickly, but there's a little story that came. So we are represented as the Nine of Cups, which represents like a symbiotic relationship with nature, with the water and the fish and the trees and the sky. And that's us now. That's us with all the knowledge that we've learned from the real estate situations we have gone through the years with our elders, with our parents, with some of us, with our starter home attempt, and now. We are crossed with this 6 of discs, which represents this is a woman with her essentially her offering table, and she is getting her gifts for being diligent in her offerings. She's ringing her bell. She has a little chicken foot there, and that's us, just doing our best. with the things that we learned, setting our money aside in bank accounts, letting our money get seasoned properly, because again, we have learned from these banks and getting burned what to do. So what we are standing on, our base, is the Five of Wands. And this card is arguing for the sake of arguing. And this tells a story of this Orisha painted black on one side, red on the other, going up and down the street, causing a fuss because one side of the street saw red and one side of the street saw black. And they were fighting because they insisted that, well, the guy was definitely red. Well, the guy was definitely black. And he turned around, and then the reverse saw that the other side was right. So they stopped fighting. That's what we need to do, is recognize that those who are in control are fighting. It's not us who are fighting, except we're picking up their fight, we're using their language, and we're losing our focus. We need to not lose our focus. This is the past. This is us. We are doing the hard work. Now, this card is a hard worker. This person is cleaning up after a massive ceremony. When you do offerings, they can be messy. They sometimes have incense ash. They sometimes have dirt to dig up. They sometimes have lots of flowers that need to be laid out. And somebody has to do the cleaning. Sometimes it's us doing the cleaning. Sometimes there's somebody that is relegated to that. And we've done that. And this is us doing the due diligence, paying our dues. And that is going to be the foundation for what's to come. That is honored. That energy is honored. And this is what crowns us. The Five of Cups. Now, this tells a story of an Orisha who, in an attempt to gain the favor of another one, chops off her ear to serve it to another Orisha. It does not get the outcome she wants, so she is regretful that she loses something and is not able to get back. So this is the card of acknowledging that we did lose something and we can't get it back. There is no sense in mourning a lost home. The money, the memories, we can't mourn that anymore. We've got to maybe have a symbolic memorial, maybe in your new apartment or moving in with family members. You have a little space where you honor what you had, but it's time to move forward. And this is what we need to remember. We cannot forget where we came from or what had happened. We did our due diligence with learning and trying and failing, but we did do our due diligence, and we have to, whether it was a success or a failure, we got to move forward. But we can't mourn it. We can't keep that memory, the negative of the memory. So that brings us to what's in front of us, joy. Eight of Wands. This card represents all that is, the ashe, which is neutral until it's brought down. It is our job to make sure that when we bring it down, it is positive. It can be brought down negative, but that's not us. Because if it were, we wouldn't be here together. So when I was looking at that card, I was thinking how important it is for us to have vision boards. Because we need to remember, if you're not staring at the things you love or focus on the things you want, you're not directing all that neutral ashe, all that neutral energy, all those vibes. We have to direct that. We have to direct that. Mm-hmm. We have the next few cards. I'm going to come together because it's telling the story of us learning. we have the Magician, we have the Moon, and we have the Hanged Man. These cards represent this. This is double downing the fact that we have learned. But this particular story, sometimes when you are learning, you need to do certain things to move forward. Sometimes that is, you know, I keep thinking of moving back home with your parents. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to consolidate. Sometimes you have to humble yourself, and there is no shame, because a lot of us need to heal. Some of us need to heal a lot, and it starts with our folks. Sometimes it's our grandparents. We just need to consolidate. This, the moon, we know what the moon means, but this story has to do with the women. This card has to do with what's going to be exposed in the evening. Essentially, it means respecting the feminine, but what I read into it, what I felt from it, was what is going to be exposed with the bank fraud is what I was thinking. And that's when I was overhearing with the loan stuff, with the real estate, with the refinancing. We learned not to do that stuff. It came out of left field. That is not what this card is about. It has nothing to do with refinancing. Do not refinance your home. This is not a good time to do that. The Magician. We know what the Magician means. But this particular card, I did like the sound. Don't lose focus. This has a lot to do with the energy, but I want to reinforce that we can't lose focus on the energy. This guy is preparing his hands. He's washing his hands. He's getting ready to do a service, an offering. These are his ancestral energy on top. Ooh. Yeah. He's washing his. And this is we need to prepare. We need to prepare, and that starts with I don't know, doing the things our ancestors did, our elders. Cash, money, putting our monies in the banks. Yes, we need to season our money. Yes, but you need to be mindful. This is not the time to put monies in the cryptos. You need to do things the traditional way, and that is what was being conveyed here. Ancestors, respecting the elders. We're going to know soon enough, things are going to be revealed that some of the things that are unclear with the real estate is going to be made clear. Some of the things with putting our money in things we're not totally sure about with the cryptos and the NFTs and stuff that are weird, kind of hard to understand, even if you Google it and you kind of want to dig into it, but you're not really sure how because it doesn't make sense when you're looking into it. Now's not the time. And again, with this card, the story here is, I don't know if anyone out there has pursued this, but sometimes when you need healing, you have to go into some stages of a practice. Some people go in because they want like the lofty titles of being a priest or a priestess or whatever. But sometimes, like for instance, if you're sickly and you go to somebody, you need to get like warrior necklace or something for protection because you literally need some warriors to protect you, especially if you're going into some health fight. And the health fight could be a financial fight. So in summation, keep your money close. Don't freak out. Do things like our ancestors did. Get your money. Keep it simple. Are we going to go into a real estate market crash? Not like we did before. We just got to remember what we learned. Don't freak out. Focus on bringing down the good energy. Just don't freak out. We got this. We did the work. We learned. We did the work. And that will be honored. We'll see. We'll see. Just you wait. We'll see. I can't hear you, Miss Tracy. Oh my God, scared me. I thought I was on mute the whole time.
No.
I want to cry. I want to cry.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Mercedes says, Tracy, you're muted. I know. I'm sorry. I absolutely love your cards.
Oh.
The artwork on them is just so different.
I love. I saved the final outcome. I saved the final outcome for the.
Yeah, the final.
Okay, we'll
finale,
do the final outcome. Let me read real quick, guys. All right. Do I need to go solo? Does it matter to you guys? Because I don't need to go solo. Okay. I'm gonna ask everybody to mute though. Okay. So the first thing I'm getting is the 9 of Wands. And I think that the real estate market, I don't know who else said this, but somebody said something very similar, where the real estate market is, they have to rush up right now. Let's take care of it. Oh, it's war. Let's do this right now. Whatever it is they're trying to do. They kind of did it during the pandemic, right? They rushed up and they put out all the commercial. 0%, 0, nothing down, 0. I feel like they're going to rush up again and get all of you to invest in a home. The thing about that is that it's a mind fuck, people. It's a mind fuck. So be careful. The other thing that's going to be interesting is that those established countries, not third world countries, those established countries, that means the US, that means the UK, they're all going to be following the same market. All right. Now you should see these changes in the market in about a month. All those commercials are coming back. Buy. 0 down. Pre-approved. They'll pre-approve you. They will pre-approve you for anything right now. Seriously. You can't afford it, but they will give you a $300,000 loan. You're going to be shocked. You go, I'm pre-approved, Tracy, because I know the readings are coming. Tracy, I'm already pre-approved. I'm just trying to find out if the house is on the corner of Lincoln and, Schomburg. Now, Tracy, I already hear the argument. Have some strength and reserve in wanting to run out and buy a house. I know, I hear everyone. Renting is just as much as owning. I hear you. What you don't hear is it does cost much more in electricity, your taxes, the maintenance. You wait till you have to pay a landscaper to manage your lawn, because back in the day, who said the 1920s? My parents did it and the children did it. Y'all not going to get your spoiled little children to mow the lawn, to prune the hedges. You're not going to get your husbands to do it. They tired, right? You're not going to want to do it. Do you know, I'm dating myself. Do you know what hedge scissors feels like? It's a workout. People used to stay thin. You want to get thin? Wait. So they're telling me to tell you to have the strength not to be pulled in. 0. Somebody, and I apologize for not knowing who, but somebody said, don't refinance. That's a trap, because what's going to happen is you're going to refinance because you got bills to pay off, and they're going to give you the money, and you're going to pay off your bill, and the refinance is going to suck it to you. Wherever you're living right now, stay there. Sacrifice. You can sit down for a minute, just sit down. Look, sit down. Everybody sit down. Sit down. All right? Because there's so much stress coming, right? And it's unnatural stress. So first is bye. Bye. Come on, bye. Just walk in. I'm not qualified. Just walk in, right? And then there's going to be the stress of buying. And then after you buy, then the economy is going to take a hit, right? And then it's going to be the stress of, can I pay my mortgage this month? And this feeling could go on for 9 months. So when this begins, I don't know. This might be something in 2023. It could be 9 months of 2023, because they could be spending all of 2022. Bye. All right. It is familiar energy. So we've been here before. Who said that? Roaring 20s? Who said that? Sky? It's been here before. All right. We've been here before. All right. I don't know if I'm getting this as couples, or this also means contract, guys. It could also be the relationship between you and the mortgage company, or you, like it's a marriage, right? 30 years with a mortgage, you getting married. Don't worry about a man. Where's your mortgage? Where's your mortgage? I was a married woman to my house. And it seems nice. It seems nice, right? I think those that invest are going to be really happy. It seems nice. I get a man here in my hopes and fears. I don't know who this is, but let's just say this is Putin. Let's say this is the war, right? Yeah, I want to say that's Putin. And so I get the 5 of Wands, which probably means it's not just a real estate bust, right? It's a financial bust, right? Could even be an educational bust, right? Um, Definitely a travel bust, right? And what's a fifth thing? What's a fifth major thing? Oh, food bust, right? Maybe some extras put in because I added travel. So maybe I, forgot something important that matters to us, our everyday basic needs, Maslow's basic needs. They won't be met because of King Redhead over here. All right. So I just think that what Ukraine is feeling, we kind of get the residuals of that, meaning being displaced. I do want to say a couple of things, which is be careful when you buy into a community that's empty. It may not get filled up. You could be the only house on your side of the block, which leaves you open to robberies and stuff like that. All right. So just trust me on this. Those communities need your money at the lesser value. Like they just want your money. So if this house is worth 250 and you've only got 200, they'll take you. And because it looks like you get the pick of the litter, oh, look, I could do this, I could do that, the community won't get filled up. And any community that doesn't get filled up, the land gets dilapidated. The construction people just disappear. There's no security. So just be careful with that. Familiar energy, again, I'm not sure who said this, but moving in together is going to be a way to survive. And I hope that there's a lot of maybe young adults that understand that, again, going back to something that used to be, moving in with family, sharing the energy, and looking at it not from a place of failure, right? You didn't fail, the system failed. Coming from a place of, oh, I realize this system took me from my family. They made me think my family wasn't valuable. They made me move 3,000 miles away. When all is said and done, for those that can, right? There's no promises with some people that didn't have great upbringings. But so if you didn't have great upbringings, maybe two sisters can live together, you know? But I do believe going back to a familiar place is going to be the most sacrificial thing all of us are going to have to implement. Okay, I'm done. Ciao. Final outcomes, everyone. Oh, any comments? You all can unmute. Any comments so far with each other? Anything?
No, I was gonna say that it hits, especially because I think Sky, you got justice as well.
Yeah, we all got justice.
Yeah, and I think when we look at it, right, they're gonna play their hand so hard, so heavy. But you know, I think we've all said it. We're no longer naive. We're like, whoa,
Yeah.
right? Especially people in my generation that came out of college during the recession, no job, no home. We're like, yeah, we've been here before.
Yeah.
Hold on now. Right? It took me this many years after college just to be able to adults. And I'm adulting. So, you know what I mean? Like, because they tell you, oh, you leave school, you're supposed to be in a $50,000 job. Then, like, you're going to get married in 2.3 years. And you know what I mean? And then you buy the house. So it's like my generation, right? Kids that left college in 2007 and like a little before that and after that, we came out into the a recession. And people call it a recession to be nice, but y'all, it was a depression. Let's be clear about it.
Yep.
Right? They're just using recession to be nice. So I feel like we all saw this coming, and we've all collectively been saying, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They're thinking that everybody is doing the same thing. They're not paying attention that everybody learn and watch, because even I think what I heard in my head, they stopped giving everybody those stimulus checks because they wouldn't give more. Nobody was spending them. They were paying off bills and saving their money. They got those. They went shopping, but they made sure they paid their bills and got something for it because they didn't know when the next check was coming. About those checks, a lot of people went out and paid off their credit card bills, paid off loans. They went out and did what they were supposed to do. That is the big thing that they're trying to figure out a way around that. Even now, when people are moving, here's the funny thing. So I have some friends that have moved out the country. I have some friends that moved to other states. And I always say, I'm in New York. So the joke to this is, New York is regulated by 2% to go up in rent. So the rent is $100 and they go up 2%. That's it. When you move out of New York, it's not they don't care. They can jump your rent up at $150, $200. So you can move in. Oh, I got a 3-bedroom. But when I was getting to New York, I get for $1,400. I'm living good. Remember, when you move it to, you're still making the same money. Now, when it's time, they don't do rent for 5-6 years. They do it annually. So now they realize they're going to need money. What they're going to do, they're going to raise the rent. Now you're going to be there paying the same rent you were paying here within the year. So I think everybody thinks they're getting away instead of saying, no, let's be smart with our money. Let's be mindful. even if you move out the country, you have to move to a third world. Being honest, you can't leave Europe. Some places, the economy has gone up everywhere. But the bottom line that I got from my reading was we were making the same amount of money they are making now, the same money they was making in the 70s and 80s, and the prices have tripled and doubled. So there's
Yes.
no way that you could say, oh, is this? It's like, no, 20% of your income is supposed to pay for rent. 20%,
Right.
not 70% of your income.
Yep.
So at some point, they have to readjust how they are marketing housing. And a lot of people that buy homes, that leave apartments and move to homes, you were right, Tracy. Remember, for a developer, you now, when you move into a home, you now have to pay insurance, landscaping, anything that goes wrong with that house, you pay out of pocket. Something as
What about the
simple as
roof? What about $10,000 for the roof? Because you
Yeah.
missed it when you moved in.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
let's not say that. Let me give you something
Boiler.
simple. No, I'm gonna give you something so simple that people don't even think about. A freaking sump pump that generates how the fluids move throughout your house.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What was that?
Yeah.
Pipe.
Let that get clogged. Let it get clogged.
Oh,
So a
it's
lot
a
of
mess.
people, that so moving someplace from rent and paying rent, you have to manage your money better. So I know it's great to say that it's better to be something, but ultimately the cards are saying they playing cat and mouse. They're playing cat and mouse with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're the cat. They're the mouse.
And the funny thing about what
Yes.
you said, Sky, is that if they kept giving people checks, if they kept giving us stimulus checks, people would spend. Okay, we paid off the bills, credit
Yep.
cards are caught up. Let's go. Where we going? What we doing? What we spending on?
And the economy would be up. We would be
Yes.
everything would drop. Inflation
Yeah.
would be nowhere.
They didn't see that. What they're seeing is, oh, we got to give them free money. I'm like, yeah, give me free money because you giving Israel my money. It's my money and I want it now. You giving who else my money? Sorry, you give Ireland my money and they're giving their people monthly. I was like, I'm sorry, I paid too much in taxes for this to be reality.
And you forget the federal government was willing to give everybody 2,000. They said we can afford to give everybody in the United States $2,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
The minimum, not the maximum of 2 years, and we would not be without money.
Yep.
So the point of that saying, if you'd have did that, but the problem is the people that have too many people who are, I'm trying to find the correct word, brainwashed to believe there's not enough money.
Yep.
There's more than enough money for everybody to make sure everybody's doing fine. There's more than enough money. There's more than enough money.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, guys. Let's get the final outcomes in. What you got for your final outcomes? Call it out.
I got so funny. I was shuffling, my card just dropped. I was like, damn it, spirit. So the first card I looked at was, and it's like a story. Balance, change, crazy. All together came out one card. Honesty and judgment. To me, it is a balance of all those things. We just have to figure out how to set this. They need to figure out what they're doing on their end with the real estate market. They have to balance it out. They're overcharging people. Houses are too much. They have to be honest about what they're doing. They're gonna have, like you said, your thingy. They're communicating. They're not saying, we don't need to make 80% profit. We can make 20% profit. What they're making is they're making hand over foot in profit. So, even like you said, you have real estate people, they know you pay 3 times, you go for an apartment, the rent is $1,600. The real estate agent gets $1,600. What?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. That was
Thank you, Sky.
It's a balance.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
I
you,
got
Sky.
I'm going to be quick. Mine is ask for help from others. And I think this is spirit is just seconding what we're saying. It's time to go back to familiar energy. But familiar energy, because I think, Tracy, you hit on it. Maybe you don't get along with your family. Family is what and who you make it. Familiar energy, not family energy. And I think that's something Spirit wants to drive home. Familiar energy. Ask for
Yeah.
help from others. You're going to find situations where you have friends that own their homes and will rent to you,
Ah,
right? But make
right.
sure it's energy you can live with. Make sure it's energy that, but you have, ask for help. It's not like you're free, you're not freeloading, and Spirit wants that to be clear. So you're paying rent, you know, but
But
now you're,
remember, the person that you're going to needs help too. So let's not forget
exactly.
that.
Exactly, but I think a lot of people may think, "Oh my God, I'm freeload." No, you're not. Like, don't think that you are assisting a friend, and a friend is assisting you. It's free. It's equal trade, right?
Yes,
It's equal trade,
yes.
and we're going back to that.
Yeah.
Who
Okay.
else?
I
Thank you,
got I keep hearing
Paula.
hide your
Thank
kids,
you.
hide your wife,
Mhm.
but protection. Um like protect yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Just be
Okay.
cautious of what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mhm.
even though shit is hitting the fan, excuse my language, that don't mean your dreams and what you're trying to do is lost. You just have to
Yes.
pause and pivot. That's
Okay.
all it is.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nothing is lost. And also trust the process. It may be at a standstill for a little bit, but everything, you're delayed but not denied. So just while
Mhm.
you're in
Mm.
this steady and the still of it all, just make sure you're doing what you need to do in order to progress once the everything is moving.
Mhm.
That's
Okay. I get that. Delayed, not denied,
mm-hmm.
and it could be a moment in time that you have to readjust to family energy. Okay, got that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Supriya and Paula, what you got as a
Um,
final outcome?
so communication is what I got. Passion and capable. So everybody's like capable of creating and doing like all these things. You are capable, but you do need to communicate. Um, Communicate your wants and your needs, and I think that also goes hand in hand with the community aspect. Become like move in with your family if you haven't moved in yet, or people that you believe are family too. It doesn't have to be, family is not blood. I forgot who said that, but family isn't blood. Doesn't have to be
Right.
at all. I'm abundant finances, happiness, and love, and the freedom to create my dream life. And that dream card freaking came in over and over again. So somebody,
Mm.
you know what, you might, I feel like somebody's like, there's people out here that thinking that their dreams are going to be on hold as well. And it doesn't have to be, because you're passionate. Passion came out as well.
Mm.
So the dream, because the dream card came out so many times, I feel like I have to say that it doesn't have to be on hold. There's this feeling I'm getting that my dreams are going to be crushed. My dreams, I have to keep moving on. But you, it doesn't have to be. You have to adjust. You have to go and like, you have to create whatever you can create, whatever you want to create, like build whatever you want to build, and build it
Right.
from either your family's home, either your friend's home, whoever's home that you want. And of course, do an energy exchange as well. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of energy exchanges happening as well.
Mm. Okay. All right. Paula, final
Yes,
outcome.
I have the world card.
Mm.
So this card specifies the need to be practical, not necessarily metaphysical. So the
Mm.
people in the image are going about their business. Some are shopping, some are perusing, some may be even looking to pickpocket, but it's not that they're, and this is what I find very interesting. Um, people aren't, at this time, people aren't necessarily against you. People are trying to take care of themselves. So
Mm.
we need to stay in our lane, take care of ourselves, and like on the plane when they say put your mask on first and then help the person behind or beside you. We need to take care of ourselves, make sure we're all shored up, and then help the person next to us. This is not the time to start drama. We need to square ourselves away first. And then we can be so much more helpful when we're coming from a full place. And of course, the world, bounty, abundance, and we have so much here around us. But it's just really important that we're thinking practically and acting practically and recognize that we're not being attacked. Not a great statement right now, personality-wise. People aren't trying to steal from our pockets per se. We need to take care of ourselves and then help other folks, and then we can be of best service. Yeah, I found this little thing on the interwebs. Drama does not just walk into your life. Either you create it, invite it, or associate with it.
So true. So true.
We're not trying to do. We don't have time for that. So especially when we're dealing with something as important as finances, our market, everything's so delicate right now. So we need to be smart.
I think we've all been. Go ahead. Who's talking? You can say it.
No, that
was you?
To be
okay.
Grounded. Yeah, just stay grounded.
We need to what?
Stay grounded. Keep a cool head.
Yeah, I think that entering the spiritual world is a precursor for all of this. So if you act like you got spirituality in you TikTok, use it. Because I think one of the themes that keeps coming out of here is not will the real estate market crash, but how to deal with it. And I love the fact that it's not the tower, right? No one pulled the tower. So it's a moment in time. I just think that by the time Uranus and Taurus ends, which is in 2024, right, guys? Does anybody know?
I think so. From when we've been talking, yeah.
So I think that a year after Uranus and Taurus ends, right, in 2025, which will be our spiritual year, right? 25 meaning 7. It won't really mean 7. Let me see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Infinity. Oh, when Uranus and Taurus end, there will be infinite changes for life. Right? And then if I add up 2024, and the year after that is 25, 26, 27. It's a 9 year. Wait, 25, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Well, in any case, it'll take 1 year after Uranus and Taurus end. So we'll still be in some residual changes. All right. So the final outcome I got upside down, which is ironic, is gambler. Which is ironic, right? And so gambler means don't gamble on the real estate market. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you have to, don't do it. If you have to, like, if Uranus and Taurus is our gauge, right? That'll be over in 2024. If you want to buy a house in 2024, 2025, you'll have a better chance of the market maybe crashing, the prices coming down. Like, we really got to see what renters are going to do, what the housing market's going to do. It's got to go bust. But just try not to think it's okay to invest in something. And then in 2024, instead of you coming out of it, now you got the leaky roof. You got a septic issue. You got no neighbors living next to you because they all decided to move in with grandma. Hold off, guys. Okay, so gambler upside down means shadow gambler, it's called, has a compulsion to look for lucky breaks rather than working hard to make them succeed. So remember, what I got was they're gonna give y'all loans,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a trick. All right, don't get caught out there, and you're gonna have to move in with grandma anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have a house, all right. You're gonna have to move with grandma in Texas.
At least you'll be well fed.
Yes, you'll do it on your own terms.
You gonna eat at grandma's house. Y'all might, somebody might have to plant the cucumbers.
Okay.
All right, but you let grandma take care of the cooking. Oh Lord,
Mm-hmm.
she will make slop into something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we did good for timing. That wasn't so bad. I think we could have did better, but this was pretty good for timing. Thank you, everyone. Let's thank the new ones that came aboard and did an amazing job. Supriya and Paula, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's give ourselves a hand. Marie, Cola, and Sky. We're giving ourselves a hand.
Round of applause.
Thank you, guys. Oh, hi, Nisha. Thank you, guys. Let me see, because Nisha's my scientist girl. Biden had just asked for businesses to cease remote. Something is arriving. We know, girl. We know.
Yeah. But
that's why he's telling people to go back to work. It's all a trick. It's all flashcards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Butts in seats, especially if you own the building. Butts in seats.
What's butts in seats? What does that mean? Oh, butts
in seats. Yeah, especially if you own the building because you pay yourself rent. Butts in seats, you pay yourself rent.
Got it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, the audience. Thank you so much for allowing us to come to you today. We'll be back with a new topic. Take this as advice. I hope it works for you. Love you all. Thank you. Bye. Oh, wait. Darn it. Wait. Supriya, how can they reach you?
Oh, they can reach me at supriya.digital everywhere. TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram.
Supriya.digital.
Yeah.
Okay, just so you guys know, she puts out amazing content. I mean, amazing. So much fun. Her content. Follow Supriya. Beautiful Conundrum, how can they reach you?
Hello, as below. Beautiful Conundrum on Instagram and TikTok, and soon to be YouTube.
Oh,
Yay!
At Marie, how can they reach you?
Marie_Nicole on Instagram, the same on TikTok, YouTube, and Mystically Fabulously Me podcast.
Yes, the podcast. Y'all got to listen to the podcast. You need to post the last podcast. And by the way, guys, it's okay to keep posting things because different audiences show up every different day. So that podcast gave me a lot to think about. The very last one you did, it was good. And Cola, the Kiki Witch, how can they reach you?
So you guys can reach me at the KinkyWitch_T on Instagram. So I also do a podcast. It's the Coven of Deux. So it's DEUX in French. And we're also on Instagram. We are literally the Coven of Deux on Instagram. So,
again, also with you, I need that advertised like a lot. All right, especially on the Gems group, which is where everyone is going to be advertising as a group, but also advertising on their own page. And Paula, how can people reach you?
I am reachable at Paula Sparks on just about every social site.
Okay, so it's at Paula Sparks on IG.
Yep, at Paula Sparks IG, YouTube,
YouTube and TikTok.
TikTok to Facebook. But there's a lot of cat stuff, a lot of ridiculous stuff.
Don't apologize. Do you know how many of our people love cats? Did you see what I posted today about my little Theodore trying to move in my house?
Yes, and you know what? The cats do what the cats do. So I'm glad you're able to stay there because you look like he was about to bring his rolly back.
I think this cat is trying to move in. So what I did today was, instead of feeding him outside, I fed him by the stove. So I made him come deeper in. And let me tell you, I walked away. I went to the bathroom to get ready for my podcast with Jason. He went to the sofa.
Oh, he lived
So
there.
he's trying to move in. And I think the word is out that I am the crazy cat lady. The word is out.
I think
so I went and got a big bag of cats. What you say?
I think that rooster came in and like spread the word. Take all kind of animals.
First of all, you should have seen the rooster yesterday when I was doing the podcast with Melissa. Literally, I have a picture of it, so I'll post it. Literally, the rooster was like, because I'm sitting in my living room space, and the rooster goes. And I was like, no. And it was like, I'll show y'all a picture because I took a picture and I was like, fuck out of here. This rooster, like, the word is out. This is Dr. Doolittle, spiritual crazy lady. Word is out. Dory Doolittle, yes. Nightmare. All right, guys, love you all. Tracy, am I on TikTok? Yes. Oh my God, I just assume I wouldn't even announce myself. I just assume everybody knows Tracey Brown Live on all platforms. Tracey Brown Live. Let me just push this out to everybody. Tracey Brown Live, Supriya.digital, at Beautiful Conundrum, at Marie_Nicole_ the Kiki Witch _T's, and Paula Sparks, at Paula Sparks on all platforms. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye.